Right, we're now back in the main area of the pub. We've just finished the challenge and we're just going to have a couple of words with Emma about what was going on in there. So first of all, how did you feel when you first found out what the challenge was all about?
I wasn't happy, and I've said it before, I wasn't happy.
No, really?
I really wasn't happy.
Obviously the one thing with this is all your senses were taken away from you. It'd be one thing to be there and have your eyesight, but it's another to be there with your hands bound and your eyesight taken away. How did that actually feel, just having to use your ears and, you know?
I was scared to move just in case, like, he'd touch something that I didn't really want to be anywhere near, and just scared to kind of look around and stuff in case there was something there. Just, that kind of hysteria that you get just from not having any eyesight at all.
Now, we've looked back at the footage, obviously, and we seem to think in the moment that we can hear what you described as footsteps coming towards you. And it's funny that when we watched it back, we looked, and just before you ran, you said something like, was it, get away from me? Yeah. And then you jumped up. So could you tell us, just before the moment you wanted out of there, what was going through your mind, what happened?
I was so scared, I didn't understand what the hell was going on around me, and I was trying to listen out for every kind of thing. My leg was jigging from nerves, so I was trying to stop that at the same time, but then I kept hearing like a shuffling, whispering kind of sound in the corner near the camera probably, and then suddenly it just started like moving a bit, so I was just like, I shouted, I shouted, I don't like this or something, and I was about to say something along the lines of, can I leave please, but I thought I'll stick with it, and then suddenly just like a rush towards me of this sound, and then I just was like, I had to leave.
Would you do it again?
Probably.
That's brave of you. Well done for the challenge anyway, you did really well. Next, Vicky, I've got sort of an outsider's opinion. I want some questions off of you. Obviously, we've had a very quiet week so far this week, and we've had a quiet start to the night here as well with minimal tapping. Now, what I want to know is, obviously, did something paranormal occur in there?
That's hard to say. I mean, it's an outdoor area, there's bins not far away. It doesn't sound like it on what we've seen so far, but there could have been rats or anything like that. It's fair to say that it was definitely worth doing in the way of paranormal evidence. I mean, we've got to look it back over, but as yet, I don't know really, to be honest.
And the next question would be, why that challenge? Why do a challenge to try and acquire paranormal evidence like that? Why not just us as normal, sat around? Why put someone on their own and take away their senses? Why do it?
From experience, we know that more vulnerable people seem to attract attention if there is something to get attention from, and they definitely seem to have more of a reaction, whereas we might dismiss something that could be paranormal. And definitely the challenge tonight was good for Emma, because out of us, I think you are the most vulnerable for this kind of thing.
Susceptible, would you say?
Yeah, susceptible, definitely. But I mean, the reason for it is because if you can't see, then you don't know what's around you. The first thing I do if I hear something is look around. And if you can hear something but you can't see, that's just terrifying.
So would you say it was a fair test?
To spare Emma's feelings, it wasn't fair, but it was worth doing. It was a fair test in that way, but not fair on Emma.
And the final question for you is, on Monday night we had a straitjacket challenge in a building we acquired no evidence in all night. Nothing happened there. If people look from Monday night's episode, nothing happens at all to John. Why tonight has something happened to Emma?
I think it's just a difference in attitude, a difference in beliefs. They're just two very different people and two very different challenges as well.
Oh, thank you very much. And lastly, quickly, running out of time to fee. Obviously, you're head of security and you went straight in there as soon as Emma screamed. As you were trying to battle your way through to get in, and once you got there, what was the mood like in there? How was Emma?
She was a snake, to be honest. You were a snake.
It's just absolutely hysterical, and I mean, when you've got a short amount of time to get someone out of a situation, what's that pressure like?
Oh, it's pretty high pressure.
Okay, right, thanks to you guys anyway, and we're going to return to the investigation now and see what else we can find, and don't also miss the challenge that's coming up later tonight. We'll tell you more about that. Right, we have got a second challenge, which is not going to be straight after this. Obviously, we've just heard the crew's feedback from the previous challenge. This will happen as the last event of the night, so we're just going to pick them out, tell them what it is, and then leave them to stew for the rest of the night to think about it. So it could be any one of us crew again. Jess, would you like to pick out the ball? Remember, don't show it to us. Okay, we'll lose that one. Can we see what letter it is? C.
What?
Jesus Christ. It's Emma again. Phoebe, just move out the way, Emma, if you just want to come round here with me. Are you alright? Are you up for doing this?
Whatever's up there is not actually helping me right now, that's what I'm going to say.
This will take place in the cellar, which we'll show you later. And as for what happened the other night on Monday, we're redoing the straitjacket challenge tonight.
I could kick you sometimes, I swear to God. Oh.
As you've already done one, are you up for taking this on, or would you like us to try one more time?
Yeah.
You sure? Emma obviously will have a sight this time, which might be a bit better. I don't know if that's any consolation. But you're definitely up for it. Yeah. And what do you think to this second time you being picked again?
I'm really not liking it.
How's it? Do you think there's any reason for this?
You two.
Right, so that's what's happening. We'll be presenting the straitjacket to Emma later and putting her in it, as we did with John on Monday night. Obviously, John was unsuccessful with his challenge on Monday and we caught nothing. And we'll see if Emma manages to have any luck in the cellar. We won't do the cellar as a location before then. We'll leave that up to Emma at the end of the night. Okay. Yeah. Right, I've got Emma on camera. She's doing a bit of camera while we make our way upstairs. I've got Michelle with us. She's one of the staff members joining. It's just the three of us. The rest of them are downstairs. They're going to hold a séance in the main bar. So we're going to go upstairs. Not back in the barn, as I'm sure Emma's glad to hear. Right, oh god, it's very dark. Yeah, we've got a torch, so I can lead our way up. Right, it's a bit intimidating when there's only three, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's gotten very cold up here, but I think that's just... Okay, yeah, it's very big when there's only three around. Yeah. Should we start in this corridor? So, Emma, if you want to kind of... Are you right to film for a minute, or do you want to turn it around and get all of us?
No.
Are you right filming for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh god. If there's anything here, could you please give us a sign? If there's any ghosts, spirits, astral beings or orbs.
If there's anyone down here, can you make a sound? Is there any ghosts, spirits, astral beings, orbs, or anyone down here? Can you make a sound or show yourself to us? Yeah, we heard that as well. A couple of noises out there by the bar.
I'm sure I'm hearing some creaking floor. We'll take this out because I can't hear properly.
There's a slight noise down there.
Yeah, I think... If there's anyone here, can you please give us a sign? Spirits, come forward. Spirits, come forward.
So it has just stopped.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's turned on and off without us moving. Is it the one that does it intermittently, or is it one that does it when it moves?
Oh, it's when it moves.
Oh, right, well, it's moving.
It is when it moves, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, well, it is
It's not
doing
doing
things.
nothing now.
Do you want me to?
It's doing its own
I'll
thing.
move so I can see that then.
We're quite still. To be honest.
Can you reach there? Sorry.
Where is it? If you're here, can you move? Can you walk from one side of the room to the other? There was a sound then on the camera, it was a large lorry coming past. If you're at the bar with us, can you walk from one side of the room to the other? Can you make a sound?
We'll stay in here for just a minute while we work out where the sound's coming from. If you're there, can you please give us a sign? If you're there, make yourself known now.